There it is. Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another edition of You See It Right There, and you see him right there. All right. The kings of currency with myself, Khalifa Muhammad, my man, brother Ameer. Little Assalamu alaikum, my key.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Peace and blessings to the family at large in the community.
Yes. Peace and blessings. Want to let you know that we're on two different platforms. We're on our own server platform, which is the Halal Wealth Builders Dawah Network.com, Halal Wealth Builders Dawah Network.com, or you can take the shortcut and it's Halal Dawah Net TV. That's what we're doing. Halal Dawah Network TV. So let's get it. Oh, and we're on YouTube as well at the Halal Wealth Builders Ummah. The Halal Wealth Builders Ummah. Hey, I'm happy, man. That sounds like growth, don't it, Doc?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So look, man, there's a lot going on in the world today, and it's getting like we always say every other show, we always say what? It's going to be changing. It's changing on a daily basis.
It changes. Yes, it does on a daily basis, and our job is to inform the people of what the major news stations are not informing you of. That's it. Just give you the information. A properly informed mind is a well-equipped decision.
There you go. You know, we have to. It's all about survival. This is part of the survival kit. You know, when they say,
yes,
you making food, you got water, and you got medicine, you got shelters, certain kind of shelter, you got all these kind of utensils on survival. This is one of the main pieces in survival.
Got to. And see what people, you know what I don't like to see, Muslim? When people on social media, where they actually pit God against creation. Like, would you rather have God or money? That's an oxymoron. We live in a world where you can't live without money, right? And we understand we can't live without God. So what people who do that do not understand that this is a part of creation that the Creator has blessed us with. We need money for food, clothing, and shelter. Everything else is a luxury. Everything else is a luxury. I'm sorry, I left one out. Energy. Food, clothing, shelter, and energy, because we got to keep warm in the wintertime.
And you know, and you know, with it all too, when it really boils down to, is just what the creator of all the worlds wanted us to do anyway, which is what, make a community, a self-sustaining community under his
Yes.
guidance, under with his foundation, right?
There you
And we
go.
do that. We got all the elements right now, all the elements to do that. You know, and
Yes,
in
we do.
fact, there's many different small pockets of individuals that's doing it. You know what I was thinking about the other day? It's
What's
like,
that?
I don't care what city you go to, you always, all you got to do is just say, hey, where's Little Italy at? And they'll say, yeah, go down here a couple of miles and you can
Yep.
turn here. And look, when you and you're gonna know when you get there too. You
Yep.
huh? Say, you know, where's Chinatown at?
Right. Well,
They're
yep,
right over there. Where's this at?
bruh.
Where's this at? But we like the last ones that want to have something that's built up. We the last ones when we have the best essential elements to make it.
Yes, we have the elements, the characteristics, and the I guess you want to say the intellect to implement all of these things. But it's funny that you say what you say about the communities and neighborhoods, because my wife and I just got back from Miami, right? We was in
Ah,
Miami a week. Now watch this. We went to Little Cuba to experience to experience the quality of food and coffee that their culture does, right? And we went to Little Haiti, right?
mm,
Right there, all in Miami, right there. Watch this. The masjid was there, right? If you wanted to go to there, the synagogue was there for Jews. If you wanted to go there,
wow.
all you got to, in every community. But here's the funny part about the whole scenario. Watch this. When we went to Little Cuba, understanding that when you have people who understand their history, we went in there and saw all African artifacts.
Wow.
For those who understand their core origins, we're in a Cuban establishment drinking their coffee, looking at all African artifacts. And I was, I play ignorant. It was like, well, where is this from? He said, well, these are artifacts that we created. Right,
Mm.
with these things right here. So in my mind, I'm like, well, wait a minute. They understand who they understand where they come from. Yo, it was just a pleasure. The trip was a pleasure.
And to back that up, the point I'm saying too, to back that up is like, what if when you go in to those different areas and they say, uh, this is the means of exchange right here. Are we gonna
Right.
be stuck? Are we gonna be stuck? Because look, when you really go to Cuba, they got their money. When you really
Yes.
go to England, when you really go to England, when you really go to France, when you really go to Germany, when you really go to France, Spain, they have their own currency.
And it's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that. See this right here?
Yes.
This is a silver coin from the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Mm,
Pure silver. Here's one, pure silver, from a place called South Africa. This is a South African
mm.
Cougaran, right? Here's another one, right? From Europe, right? From Great Britain, right? Every country in the world has their own sovereign form of gold and silver, but we were never taught these things as kids, right? And here's one for the US. This is called the Silver Eagle, right? They released these in 1986. But when we get to those slides, all of this will make sense.
And we're going to do that right now too, because you know what? Listen, you know, you can go to all of those countries and you can have that dying fiat, and they like, they like, I'm telling you, they were like, oh, your money's not good here. I'm sorry.
Dude.
They'll say, go over there to where it says exchange and take it and exchange it for our money. Right? Now,
Yes,
listen to this part, right?
yes,
Listen to this part. But if you went there you went to one part of Africa and you had that silver coin of that part of Africa, and you had another silver coin from somewhere else,
yes,
they will say, all right, you know, we can work with that. You know
yes.
why? Because the bottom line and the common denominator is what? Silver.
Over. Yes,
And they
sir.
know what they can do with it. It's compatible. Oh
Yes.
my goodness, all over the entire world. So look,
Yes.
let's get to it because you opened up by saying that we are a platform by a lot of creative all the world's permission. We're gonna bring it to them to that other news areas and other places are not gonna give it to them at. So we
No,
got a
sir.
few slides right here. I'm gonna pop it up there right there like that. And then we're gonna take this banner down and we're gonna let you go to work.
Well,
Oh, wait a
listen.
minute. Before we do that, yup. That was gonna
Good.
be a surprise to you. That was
Yes,
gonna
I
be a
see that.
surprise to you. That was a surprise to you. So it's still gonna be a surprise.
Oh my God. I was about to go elaborate on that one.
So let's build up to that.
Okay.
Let's build up to that one. Bam. Let's put the slides out there for you.
Okay. So this right here, I had a conversation with a brother, one of our brother Leon. I called the brother today to see if he was going to be able to make it to the show, and he was he was struggling a little something because somebody had said something to him and that he didn't understand. Now I want you to pay attention to how people try to scam you. He had his MS-70 coin. The coin dealer told him that the MS-70 coin was worth only $30. I said, "What? A MS-70 Silver Eagle?" So I went and pulled it up. This is a 1986 Silver Eagle, the same one that was issued by the U.S. Treasury Department in 1986 for 21 US dollars. Do you see that date I circled? If I
Yes.
order it today, I will get it by June 29th, which is not here yet. This is today's information. This is fresh, and it will cost me $1,000
$1,000.
to get a coin that was minted in 1986 for only $21.
Now, if you had $50 worth of them coins back then that you got right now, so because look, when we buying our still we buying them by the rolls, right? We're buying them by the rolls. Oh my goodness, come on now. I ain't even gonna ask them how many coins you got, and I'm not gonna tell you how many coins I got. But look, but listen, if that one person right
This
there,
the
there you
Silver
go.
Eagle right here. This is an MS-70 coin.
Come on. Now look, if you stash that away for your great grand and they come to a nice beautiful age of 20, 30 years old, imagine what that coin just one is going to
Yes.
be worth. God,
And it don't even have to be that long. See, this is the thing. I was alive in
that's another thing.
1986.
That's right.
I was here in 1986. I was working in 1986. I could afford a 21. I ain't talking about no 3 generations from now. I could afford $21 to save $21 a month in 1986. Right? Now watch this. I was in 10th grade making $300 a week in 1986.
Mm.
Right? I'm sorry, I was in 11th grade. I was in 11th grade in 1986. I was working. We all was, you know what I'm saying? So watch this. We'll get to that slide. But the coin I would have purchased for $21 in 1986 is worth, according to that, just that coin was $1,000.
Mm.
They told him it wasn't worth 35. I said, bro, don't listen to those coin dealers because they're trying to steal from you. Here's the only two scenarios. Here's the only two scenarios. Either one, A, they were ignorant to the truth, or B, they were trying to steal from you. There's
They were
no other
trying to steal.
scenario.
Listen. My cousin and I, we had 3 African cougarangs, right? And
Yes.
I'm talking about like we was like 15 and 16 years old. All right. We how can I say it? We fell on them. We fell on them. We found them.
Right.
Okay. We
They
acquired
fell off the
3
truck. They fell off the truck.
African. Yeah, they fell off the truck. That's right. They fell off the truck. There you go. Okay, look. And we really didn't know what the real worth was, but we knew it was gold. We knew it was
Right.
gold, right? And I had happened to got into a little trouble, and I called my mom, and I was like, "Hey, don't worry, mom, I got it. You know, I'm handling this. Da 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 da." Next thing I know, they was like, "Come on, man, you ready, man?" I'm like, "Ready?" Like, "Yeah, your mom is up here." I was like, "Wow, mom, what you do?" She said, "You know those coins?" She said, "Yeah." I sold those 3 coins to the dealer, and I was like, what? I didn't even know the value of those coins back then.
Most people don't. They didn't teach us that. They didn't
They
teach us that.
didn't teach us.
No, they
But now
didn't.
we ready for you to teach us. Come on, brother. What about
Okay,
this?
so here we go. Listen to this. In 1967, the U.S. Treasury stopped selling silver to domestic users at a fixed price of $1.29 an ounce. I want you to understand something. That means that this 1 ounce of silver was $1.29 in 1967. This change was due to the global imbalance between the demand for silver and the supply. Guess what's happening in 2024?
Supply and demand.
The supply cannot meet the demand of silver. So watch this. The treasury had the previously net buyers of silver had to start selling silver in 1967. You know why? Because they took all of the silver out of our dimes and our quarters in 1964 because it was too expensive. That means that a dime would have cost 15 cents based on the price of silver, and a quarter would have cost 30 cents. So they took the silver out. Now, I say all of that to say this. Hey, our parents saved $1.29 from 67 and now use that same US currency to try to buy this 1 ounce of silver, you will not be able to do it. You would need 3,000% more dollars, 3,000% to buy the same silver ounce, this 1 ounce of silver in 2024, because it's down $30.
So we talk about, let's just compare the buying power right now.
Oh my goodness.
Because like in 1911, 1910, 1911, the dollar was actually, the buying power was actually $1. All right. Right now today, if you Google it, Google the buying power of $1 right now today. It's less than 3 cents.
3 cents.
3 cents.
The purchasing power with when you calculate the inflation for that, it's 3 cents. It's 3 cents. Check that next slide out.
Next slide.
All right, so I hope that brothers and sisters that's watching this around the world on Facebook, on YouTube can see this. It's basically saying in November 24, 1986, 1 ounce of silver was between $5 and $6, right? Between $5 and $6. But at the bottom where I underlined it, a numismatic MS-70 coin was $21. $21. Now, that same 1986 coin that you and I both I had $21 a month. I could afford that as a 11th grader. Now will be worth over $1,000. Now check this out. That was in this GC. Now let's go to the next slide and see what the actual NGC coin is. Now watch, look at this. This is a 1999 MS-70 coin, and this is I went today and see if I will have this delivered. I will get it by June 29th or July 2nd. So this was actually today. That coin will cost me $6,000. 1999. That's a 1999 American NGC. That's the same coin. This is a 2023. Now imagine what this coin is going to be worth in a 2024 post-dollar era where the demand is higher than the actual supply. You can only imagine. And what most people don't understand, that these two coins, this right here and this silver round and this numismatic coin, doesn't have the same value because this has a numismatic value just like the one that's on the screen. That MS-70 is worth $7,000. It's still 1 ounce of silver.
That's right.
It's 1 ounce of silver.
That's right.
1 ounce of a silver eagle.
You said something so key too. You know, though we're speaking about years, everyone, brothers and sisters, always speaking about years, right? It can actually happen tomorrow. because of the supply and demand. It can
Yes.
actually happen later on today because of supply and demand. That's what's happening right now. It's like it's like just like we always bring up some biblical and scriptures, of the warnings. The creator of the world is warning us to do this and warning us, and people not believing it until what? Until it
It's
start
too late.
happening. Until it's too
So
late. And
so
there's signs right now that this is happening, man. Let's talk about some of the signs, brother. Talk about some of the signs that's happening right now.
here's the sign, right? Here's the number one sign. In every inner city community, there used to be a store that you can take $1 in and buy anything in the store. In 2024, that does not exist anymore. You cannot take $1, go into the dollar store, and come out with anything. You need $1.25 plus tax, right? So that means that from 2019 to 2021, a 3-year period, the dollar lost 25% of its purchasing power. Now, here's the magic question, right? And some people who don't know, we're just going to outright tell them. The average person will only get a 3% raise on their job. If you in corporate America, maybe a 5% raise. But the average American person who has a job, even in corporate America, is not getting a 25% raise in one 12-month period. So the majority of Americans is being hurt by inflation. That's just cut and dry.
And the inflation is going up in certain places, in certain things. It's so rigged that it's going up like on a yearly basis. You could be in a house or you could be in an apartment. And I know people right now that within 1 year their rent went up $300 or $400 in 1 year.
One 12-month period. Yes.
In one 12-month period. But listen, I said that because of what you're talking about their wages. Because their wages definitely didn't go up 400%. It didn't go up that much.
No, it didn't. It's not going to go up that much. So just for the people who are at home, who remember, if they remember anything about the 70s, back in the 70s, based on the currency in the 1970s, 1 week's pay would pay 1 month's rent.
That's right.
1 week's pay will pay 1 month's rent. As the dollar continued to lose its value, now you need 3 weeks' pay to pay 1 month's rent.
Come on. I mean,
do you understand? And then here's the other part. Now it takes. We've always in our dean, it's a 2-parent household. It's supposed to be a 2-parent household, regardless of where you live, what religion. It's supposed to be a 2-parent household. But because of inflation, it's almost mandatory to have a 2-parent household or 2-adult household to take care of these bills now.
That's
Rent,
right.
PSE&G, water bill, gas bill, food, what they call laundry, insurance, all of that stuff. And we're not even talking about Wi-Fi, satellite radio, or Netflix. We're not even talking about all of that.
And look, so it takes more than one income. It takes multiple incomes for a home right now to sustain itself on just to level itself out. Just to level itself out. It takes more than one. They say we teach and train and we share that, let's learn how to obtain residual income.
Right. To offset that residual debt.
There you go. We got residual debt coming on a weekly basis, often on a weekly basis. So yeah. So as I was looking around and as I was helping out to the technical part of putting this together, I came across a post that I posted today, and I was like, yeah, my brother's gonna love this one right here. So let me share it real quick. And I don't know how.
Yeah, bro.
Say what?
I said, yes, sir. So listen, let me tell you how ironic this is that you did this today. I found the original picture of Henry Kissinger shaking the hand of the Saudi prince in 1974. Now, let me
Mm,
give everybody a little history. In 1971, the U.S. government, right, Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard,
right.
right? And because the world was starting to lose faith in the US dollar because it was no longer tied to gold, the US government sent the Henry Kissinger to the Saudi prince in 1974 to create a deal called the petrodollar. The deal that they made was they were tied the US dollar to every oil producing country in the world called the OPEC nations. They had to use the dollar to purchase oil in the world. Well, that is gone. As of June, that contract, 50 something years later, has expired. And the Saudi prince of 2024 did not renew the contract. They are now selling oil from Saudi and the OPEC nations in other currencies other than the US dollar. And that's
Woo.
what this is about. US dollars in jeopardy if Saudi Arabia stops accepting. If they stop accepting US dollars, yo, we're in trouble, huh?
Look what it says. It says all eyes are on the petrodollar agreement. Come on now. As
As
the
the
future
future,
of the US dollar depends on Saudi Arabia's decision to accept the currency for global trade or give opportunities to local currencies. The Chinese yen is looking to play a central role in transactions in the oil and gas sector. The US dollar faces uncertainties as local currencies look to uproot it from the world's reserve currency status.
bro, listen, that is the most important information that an American citizen need to be understanding because I don't care what you do for work, what you do for business, how you make an income, whether it's social security, disability, I don't care how you get your money. If they stop accepting US dollars, it's going to negatively affect every American on this in this country because the value of the dollar will plummet over
Every
a two.
household will get affected.
Yes, there is no scenario where prayer will help you. You know why? Because this currency is not of God, but
Mm.
this one is. That agreement was not of God, but the agreement that this will always have value is because the principles and characteristics of this metal no human being can change.
So we're going to the next paragraph where it says, listen to this, everyone. Listen to this. I know this is going to blow you up. You're going to be ready to scream. China is now Saudi Arabia's top customer for oil trade and initiates billions worth of deals each year. As of 2024, China accounts for 20% of all Saudi
Oh my
Arabia's
goodness.
oil exports, making it wield influence in the sector. China's closest ties with Saudi Arabia coincide with the end of the petrodollar agreement, putting the US dollar's perspectives in jeopardy. The global oil sector could experience a paradigm shift if Saudi Arabia extends accepting Chinese yen for oil trade.
And
Ooh-wee.
we already know the answer to that because they are part of the BRICS nations.
And look at this. It says what's the date right there?
June 24th. That was 2 days ago. But watch this. I guarantee you, when people watch this today, an hour, a day, or a week from now, you did not see this on democratically controlled US news media.
Say that again, brother.
I'm going to say it again. No matter if they see this today, next week, or next month, they will not show this information on democratically controlled US media. They will not show you this.
Mm.
Because this will give you under a warning. This is another thing in the creators in the created scriptures of the world, there are warnings there. How many warnings did the Creator give Noah? Right? And because Noah had a heart, he asked the Creator to let me go into the city and try to warn as many people as I can.
Mm.
It wasn't for everybody because they didn't believe him. And this is where we sit right now. Everybody is not going to believe you, Carlito. They're not going to believe the evident information that we even sharing with them.
Right in front of them. They
Right in front
feeling
of
the
them.
pain. They feeling the pain. They seeing the downfall. They seeing the struggle. But they looking
Yes.
at the struggle at being something else when there's people, and we're not the only ones.
No.
But this word is going out. And look, and this is so ironic. We from America,
Yes.
and we are warning. We're showing and teaching and warning. Those in the foreign countries, they're not even telling us. They showing us.
Yes.
This is what's happening. What
Let me,
they say in the street, get down, lay down, get down or lay down, right? One of the two, right?
that's the only two choices they're going to have. Watch this. I had a conversation with a brother today. And sometimes our people, you have to break it down to a common denominator. There's a saying in the world, if you can't understand what you say you understand to a child, if you can't break it down, then you don't understand it well enough. So let me break this down for everybody. Listen to me. Central banks control the currency in every country that they're in. There's a central bank of every country in the world. The central banks create paper fiat dollars of whatever country, the yen, the euro, the pound, the pence, the ruble, the real, all of those currencies are printed by the central bank of that country. If they are trading their fiat currency for gold and silver at a historical rate, what do you think you should be doing?
Come on.
The people who create the currency is trading it for gold and silver. But you think that your job or your business will produce enough dollars to protect you, and the people who create those same dollars on a copy machine is trading them for gold, silver, and crypto, and you think you safe? This is the mental sickness of our people.
That's real right
And
there. That's real.
I'm not talking about black people. I'm talking about American citizens who've been taught to believe that the dollar will never fall. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody in the US, not just us.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's going to affect the whole of USA. You gave a great visual because they're steady printing dollars, they're steady printing money. But if you go into the banks, if you go into the businesses, if you go into those that are wealthy, they're not living off of those fiat dollars. They got precious metals. They got that. And if they do have the dollars, they buying the precious metals. I had to bring this up. This was 2 days ago. This was 2 days ago.
Yes.
The BRIC
And see,
advances de-dollarization, aims empowerment unheard countries.
yes. That's because what's happening right now is unprecedented, okay? So let me help the brothers and sisters understand another part of what's happening. There are international financial institutions by the name of the IMF, the BIS, and the World Bank. So the IMF is the International Monetary Fund. It's a global banking system who loans banks to underdeveloped countries for roads, infrastructures, different things of that nature. Those organizations are warning about a US dollar collapse. The IMF, the BIS is the Bank of International Settlements. The Bank of International Settlements is the central banks of all the global central banks. They themselves are trading their paper dollars for gold, silver, and other hard assets. So, how do we believe that this dollar will survive another 2 or 3 years if the people, international organizations that control these loans don't want the dollar?
Mm.
You got to deal with the truth. And see, they're not showing this on the news. What we have here, the de-dollarization of what's going on, they're not talking about this. So let's read this, Muslim. Read that.
Yeah, it says BRICS is sharpening the de-dollaration agenda by involving local leaders, municipality heads, and unions of over 21 developing nations. The BRICS Forum has invited over 200 mayors from 21 countries to have a say in the process. The meeting is scheduled to be held from June 21st, 2024, and countries that are unheard of on the global stage will also be a part of the forum.
So the reason why this is so important, Akeem, is because
Wow.
our leaders in this country are so arrogant that they dismiss those smaller countries as their backyard, as
And
they
they was
discard
bullying
them.
them. They
And they
straight bullying them.
yes. So they have a saying in the world that the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Mm.
So if they all have the same bully, if they all have the same oppressor, and they join together. Now, watch this. I'm not talking about a physical fight. I'm talking about taking a sovereign choice. They have a sovereign right to decide which currency that they use for international trade amongst each other. And what they have done since 2014 have signed bilateral trade agreements to not to use the US dollar in their trade of their own products, services, and goods.
That's right. Even if, listen, even if, and this is the thing too, this is what's hurting America right now in this situation and this move. For for decades, these countries have been doing business with America with the dollar bill.
Yes.
And America has been strangling the world with that dollar bill.
Yes, they have.
So now, like you said, those little countries and some of the major countries too said, "Don't worry, come on, let's form up together." And listen, he might could beat one of us at a time, but he can't beat all of us right here. And if we all get together, we gonna look that dollar bill. We gonna let them know this is what they got to. Either they're gonna use your local, or we're going to get one that's gonna be a worldwide means of exchange.
And so that's what's happening right now. And so let's drop some science that the people can actually do their own homework. I want everybody in the sound of my voice, listen to me carefully, is to Google, and I want you to write this down and you can go back later. ISO 222. ISO 222 is the new banking protocol that the entire banking system will change over to on the deadline by the deadline of November 2025, according to SWIFT, right, which is another international financial institution that stands for Society World Interbank Financial Telecommunications. That's what SWIFT stands for. Every bank in the world uses SWIFT to settle financial transactions in between their countries. They will change from the current SWIFT system to the new ISO 222 international financial language system, where these countries will no longer be able to be sanctioned by Western countries or the
Mm,
G7 nations.
mm. Yeah, they building up strength, right. Listen, I don't know. You know, you said something real key in the beginning too. It's just like we just don't. We are lulled to sleep with the enemy. We're lulled to sleep. You know, it's like not only are we not seeing what we do see, but we not hearing what we listen. Well, we not listening to what that's being taught to us. It's being shared with us at all. So you know, let me read this last part right here. It says
Go
the
ahead.
alliance is giving developing countries a platform to express their views and come out from the helm of the US dollar.
Whoa.
The move will provide them with a glimmer of hope and strengthen their native economies by using local currencies. We
I
just was
just
talking about it.
I just said that.
BRICS is slowly yet steadily advancing the de-dollaration agenda across the globe to bring the US dollar down.
Now, what's interesting about this, Akeem, is you'll find people who are otherwise educated tell you that that's going to be a 20-year process or a 10-year process. What they don't understand, all right, and they don't understand the numbers. Like I always go back to our brother Antoine McBay, right? The only reason somebody will not join our company and start saving silver and gold at cost is they don't understand the numbers. They don't understand the numbers. So let me give you the numbers.
There you go.
Watch this. Watch this. If we all can agree without any opposition that the dollar in 2019 could not purchase the same thing in same products, goods, and services in 2024, how long will it be before the dollar in 2024 will no longer purchase the same goods and services in 2025?
Mm.
That's only common sense. Now, why would I continue to save a currency that we see that the entire world is dumping, where that you just pulled up those countries that are dumping the US dollar? Now let me share something with you that's not on the screen. NATO allies are now doing the exact same thing. I want you to Google it. If you're watching this today, tomorrow, or next week, the second largest NATO fleet on the planet is Turkey. They have just engaged with the BRICS nations to start a process to enter into the BRICS nations to do the same thing. Now, watch this. That's the second largest second largest NATO fleet. Now, here's the second entity, the second country. The second holder of U.S. debt in the world is Japan. They just dumped $48 billion in U.S. treasuries. That means that they, even though they are an ally, they no longer trust the US dollar either. You
Right.
can Google this stuff. This is Japan, the second largest holder of US debt. And what most people have to come to the understanding, the realization is geopolitical, the geopolitical stance of these countries, although it's outside of your everyday understanding of what's happening, it will ultimately affect or negatively affect us here in the United States.
Let me tell you one way it's definitely going to affect it too. By
Macroeconomics.
by exactly what you're just saying. That Japan and them, they're the second largest debt holders to the United States. And they're dumping the US dollar. But it don't mean that they not saying, hey, y'all still gotta pay us. They ain't
Right.
saying that.
That's
They
right. They ain't saying that.
saying
They ain't saying that.
they're not saying that.
Watch
They
this.
saying we not accepting that dollar bill for payment.
So watch this. I want everybody in the sound of our voice to Google this. 80%, and you write this into Google, write this in your Safari, you have an iPhone. 80% of Japanese banks have signed an agreement to use Ripple technology. What is Ripple technology? It's a blockchain-based technology that uses a cryptocurrency by the name or tag of XRP. Now, here's the question. Once you read the article, I've already read it. Once you read the article to understand that 80% of the banks in the entire country will use this specific cryptocurrency, guess what they're replacing? The US dollar.
They're placing that dollar.
They're not going to be using the US dollar for settlement anymore. 80% of the 80% of the Japanese banks will use a cryptocurrency to settle their transactions of their yen with alternate countries, which means the receiving country has to use XRP to settle the debt in their native currencies. It's a bridge currency, is what it is. And once we understand what these technologies and these terms mean and how they actively work, I pray to God, I pray to Allah that they find out sooner than later.
That's right. Because, like, and you know, those that are ahead of the game, if you just have one coin, you're ahead of the game. Because
Yes,
because
one a
what's
month.
because what's going to happen is that the coins will be able to be interchangeable on the blockchain with the XRPs, with the different coins that they
XLM.
sell,
Yes,
all of that.
all of those. So what you're saying, Aki, is very key. Let me just get on that for a second. Let's go right back into whatever you want to go into.
Yes, sir.
Listen to
No,
me,
go right
family.
ahead.
Listen to me, family. What these governments are doing, and it's not private information. You can Google it and find this out. What they're doing is they're to get away from the stranglehold of the US dollar. They're exchanging their dollars for this gold and silver. We have a system. We found a system that has a different business model that will allow you to exchange your paper dollars for gold and silver at your rate, any how much you any as small as you want or as larger amount as you want at cost, which
At
means
cost.
that it is costing you the same price that it costs the dealer, your coin dealer, your jeweler to purchase gold and silver. Now you are on the same level playing field as them. Here's the key. Here's the takeaway. These countries that are joining the BRICS nations will have overnight settlement where they will reclassify their currency in gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they do that, you see the price in this country for gold and silver go up.
That's right.
Listen to me carefully. The US government only has, or US banking system only has a number of months left before these BRICS nations take total control of the price mechanism for gold, silver, copper, platinum, because they are buying it at such an astronomical rate that the US can no longer keep this price low. And when they resettle this gold and silver coin and that crypto, it's immutable, which means they can no longer suppress it. That's the reason why crypto is so important. And these governments are going to back those, what they call bridge currencies, with this. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to give you one more to Google. Watch this. Listen to me, write it down, and put it in your Safari and your Google, just the way I'm saying it. Saudi Arabia is going to use XFin Network to tokenize gold and silver. I'm going to say
Ooh.
it again. Saudi Arabia will use the XFin network, which is XDC, to tokenize gold and silver. So we're going to
Wow.
win on this side. And if you're holding the crypto, you're going to win on that side too.
Ooh. We're gonna send
But we're
out
going to take that.
we're gonna send out the salams to Nature My Natural. You know, it said, look, you said they gave us they gave the salams, they said it's happening right now. Said preparation is key, and that
Key,
is
yes,
true. Listen,
that's the
listen,
truth.
you know, I want to just say something and back what you just was saying. All right. Some people like we don't want this to go over your head where you think you can't afford it because you can. Because you could get the precious metals or you can get the you could get the different currencies at a fraction. You could buy them by the fractions. You could get them by for as little as $1 to $1 million or more. You know, and the good thing about it is that you get it at cost. But the most important thing right now, and then people say, you know, the people say that I can't I don't know nothing about it. I don't know anything. This is right now all you need to know. You need to have some. That's the most important thing. So what you should be doing right now at this point right now, you should be getting with the person that invited you to this program. You should get to the people that you know that is sharing this opportunity. And then you ask them and tell them that this is what you want to get into. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to know anything.
We're
All you
gonna
have
hold
to
your
know
hand.
is that you have a certain amount of coins. You got a certain amount of silver. You got a certain amount of gold. You say they was like, man, I don't know nothing about no XRP. Well, I tell you what, if you get $50, get $25, get $100. Well, I don't care what it is. They get it, and you don't know. And the next thing you know, you're gonna be looking at this show, not on the 7 News, not on ABC, not on Eyewitness News, on this show. And they're going to say, hey, look, XRP is worth this much money right now. See, it's just, look, just make sure that you have some. With, natural, Nature My Natural said it's happening right now, and said preparation
It's key.
is key. Let me say it again. Preparation is key. And how do you prepare yourself? You get a precious metal. You get some of this information. You get it, and you sit on it, and then
Right.
you're like, oh my goodness, and it's working.
So this is the playbook, right? We're coaches, right? We don't give financial advice. We give financial education, right? So here's the coach. Here's what the coach is telling you. And if you believe, now I'm just going to say this and get to the information. If you believe that you don't need a coach and you're making only 70,000, 80, 90,000 a year, then you don't understand how this game is played. Because I
Ooh.
know people, listen, I know people who make $300 million a year that's in a sports called basketball or football. Guess what? They have coaches.
Hmm.
They have coaches, right, to teach them the game to play what? Cohesively. So what we're going to do is show you a business plan, right? We're going to show you a playbook, how we can do the same thing, cohesively play together. What we're going to do is this. You get with the person who shared this video on their page. If you are a follower of this brother Khalifa Muhammad, you get with him. If you are on my business page, right, or on my personal page, you get with me, and I'm going to show you. There's no there's no gatekeepers here. We're giving all this information for you for free.
Come on, no
We're
gatekeepers.
giving you all. There's no
We want to
gatekeeping
see
here.
you win. We want to
We're
see
gonna
you
give
win.
you. We're gonna give you the history, the current events, and all of the numbers that go along with what we're doing. There's no gatekeeping here.
And
Any
look,
question you
and look,
ask,
and let me
we got
add
the
this
answer,
too,
inshallah.
and let me add this too, Rob. What else we're gonna give you? We're gonna give you that support that you need. We're not gonna just
Every
let you get out there and dry in the pasture. We're gonna give you that support that you need. Because it's all about, we come from that school and we say when one eat, we all eat. That's what
yes,
we
sir.
do. We ain't taking no food from your plate. We trying to put food on your plate. That's what
Yes,
it's
sir.
all about.
That's what it's about.
That's
And
what it's about.
so watch this. And because we only got about 5 more minutes, I want to say this. As a people, we complain about how everybody else doing good, but we're not. If you have ever said out loud, out your mouth, or use your fingers on the keyboard that black people don't stick together, then you have to be then you have to be
Yes, sir.
the leader that changes that dynamic in your family.
Come
Then
on.
you have to be the dynamic. You have to be the leader,
Take the
right? You
lead.
have to be the
Take the
coach
lead.
that changed that dynamic in your family. So now they won't say that about you because I'm working with a group of brothers who are knowledgeable about the history of money, assets, and the future of our monetary system dealing with crypto, CBDCs, and all of the like. We have the knowledge by the grace and mercy of the Creator.
That's real talk. And look, and we share it. We share it. This like it's like the post right now says leverage your resources. That's what we do. What you didn't know, connect with those who do and get started right now. Come on. You can't get no better information than that right there.
Bruh, today I had a brother call me Listen, he's the Dr. Sebi of New Jersey.
Mm,
Listen to me. The brother, some brothers called me. I went, checked them out. And what I told the brother is this: this is not for everybody. Unfortunately, some people can't afford to save silver, and it's only $30 or $32 an ounce. But let me tell you this: if you get educated, change your behavior, and sacrifice, you can afford anything that you want to afford. Why? Because a cup of coffee is $3. The average person spends or drinks 2 or 3 cups of coffee per day. Time 30 days, guess what? That's over $100. So if you just cut down on 2 cups of coffee, go home and make your coffee. Go home and make your tea. You can afford 3 ounces of silver for $100.
woo! See, look, and look, what we have to do, we have to change our mindsets. Because what the mindset, by changing the mindset, then you will know that, counting, weighing money is better than counting money. You know what I'm saying? Weighing money is better than counting money.
Yes,
There's a mindset that we have to change, that we've been instilled. See, they said they took the shackles off our feet and they put it on our heads.
yes,
Come on. So now we enslaved with the mindset that we have right now. So what we take that shackle off and see, most people think they can't do it, because you got to pay the lights and you got to pay this. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. But guess what? With every level of success, there's a level of sacrifice.
yes,
The bigger the
yes, it is.
sacrifice, the bigger the success. Now, the
Absolutely.
question is, how much are you willing to sacrifice to get that success? Or are you just going to be happy when the boss give you a 5 cent raise? Come on now. I mean, come on now. Let's. I know we got to do this, and I know we got to have this going on. But this is 2024, people. This 2024, Aki. Come
So,
on. We got to start at some point. They believed Noah that it was raining. Why? Because it was raining. Okay.
yes,
But there's some of them that believed him before it was one drop came down.
yes,
And look. Lastly, and I know we're gonna go, and maybe we can touch on this, yeah, we're gonna touch on this next time, right? You actually was affected by the big thing that happened years ago, 20 what in '08.
2008. Yes. Listen, bro, listen.
Look, and
This is the thing.
listen, can I ask you something real quick now?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Did you just wake up and that happened? Or
Bro,
was there some signs?
it was some signs, but I was not educated to identify the signs.
Woo,
They
come
were
on.
there. They were there. I just wasn't educated to understand. Now, I'm gonna give the definition, and then if we got to end the show, we can end the show. We can just give it. So here's the thing: the word financial literacy is exactly what it says. You are literate enough to read the financial markets. Most people cannot do it. People who call themselves financial advisors do not teach you how to read the financial markets. They teach you how to make an investment in their company with products and services. What we're going to do is teach you how to read those markets. But in the meantime, we're going to show you how to beat those markets.
And take your money to work for you
You,
and nobody else. And
you
how we
go,
can do that, look at the scroll that's scrolling down here right now. You'll see it scrolling down right now. Okay. Get with the brother. You want to get with brother Ameer, you go to kingofcurrency.info. That's www.kingofcurrency.info. And if you want to get with me and the halalwealthbuilders.com. That's once again, that's allowwealthbuilders.com or the kingofcurrency.info.
info.
And listen, another fire show. Listen, I want everybody to take this show. See, if you really believe in yourself and you really believe that this is going to happen, I challenge you to show this video to every single body in your contact, everybody in your phones, everybody in your emails, everybody at your jobs, everybody in your family, whether you love them or not. Because listen, listen, you know what? You know
I'm
why?
gonna tell.
You know why, Al? Because your biggest reward is going to be in the hereafter. My name is Khalifa Muhammad, and I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody in the chat that's been blowing it up. You know, this is an amazing show. That's my last words. Any last words that you'd like to have, Brother Ameer?
Yes, sir. So to properly educate our people, you have to be accessible to them. And I am accessible to anybody who wants to reach out to me. My number is 862-452-9628. Why are you giving your number on YouTube? Because I'm not running from nobody. I'm not hiding from anybody. Because what I'm doing is the work of the Creator. 862-452-9628. If you have a question, email me, text me, or inbox me, and let's take it to the next level.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. This is this week's edition of the Kings of Currency. We'll be back, inshallah, next week. God willing. Everybody have an amazing day on purpose. If there's anything that we shared that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of all the world, is not pleased, may he forgive us. May he forgive you as well. Peace and blessings, my brother. Salaam alaikum. Peace and blessings.
Wa alaikum salam. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Put your money where your mouth is.
do